Hello, weebs, and welcome to For Weebs, that anime podcast where we watch some good anime, some bad anime, and we talk about it. This is episode 47. My name is Leah, and I will be your host for this week. Throughout this whole episode, I'm just going to be thinking about how I really, really want to watch the next episode of Yuri on Ice. So, that's me.
Did.
Anyone else?
I like it. I watched it already.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
of course you have.
Well, anyway, my name is Veda, and I'm Yuri on Ice trash, so I apologize. Just for reference, when this is being recorded, episode 10 just came out today.
Mm-hmm.
For future people.
It'll be over, and our hearts will all be sad by the time this probably airs. But
or
extremely happy.
Yeah.
Well, extremely happy, but sad because it's over.
It'll
don't
never
know
be
that,
over.
though.
It'll never be over in my heart. Sorry. Anyway, someone else go.
Did you introduce yourself?
I said my name
She
is
did.
Veda.
Okay, cool. My name's Becca, and symptoms may include pancreatitis, which is fatal.
Ouch.
I hope
heard-
I hope that's a quote and not like a symptom of being Becca,
I
that's
I
terrible.
Quote from the doctor this
And-
afternoon.
Well, it might be.
Ouch.
I legitimately heard that on a drug advertisement just before we started recording.
Nice.
Oh.
So thank you, American television, for scaring the shit out of me.
Death.
Pancreatitis.
Well,
and last but not least,
my name's Liam, and guess who's going to Japan at the end of May?
yay! Congratulations!
Good job.
That's awesome.
How long are you going for?
It's 10 days, I think, or 2 weeks. It's
God.
like, there's an itinerary and everything, because I'm like doing actual classes when I'm there and getting course credit, and then I have like a couple free days.
I
So
am
it's gonna be
like
a-
so
Oh my
happy
God.
for you and so fucking jealous at the
I'm
same
jealous.
time that I hate you.
Guys,
Yeah.
he's going in May, which gives us lots of time to figure out how to pack ourselves in those small bags.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
mean, all that money I spent on camera gear on Black Friday is justified now, to a
Mhm.
certain extent. Now I can spend the rest of my money on, like, you know, the costs and like renewing my passport, and then by the time I go, I'll be out of money.
But make sure you have enough to buy your awesome weeb friends some gifts. At
Yeah.
least some Pocky, like, you know, good flavored Pocky.
I'll get you all panties out of the vending machine.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Oh God.
You would make my life.
Yeah, actually might a little bit though.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't I know, like, for some of my classes I'll be at Senshu University, which is kind of like in a suburb outside of Tokyo,
Yeah.
but then there'll be like field trips and like stays at other places as well.
Well,
so.
you must get like free time to go like explore yourself too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
so
so
exciting.
cool.
I'll
Good
definitely
for
get
you, Liam.
I'll definitely get you
100%
other
jelly.
weebs some souvenirs so that I can like rub it in your face.
You
a
gotta
bit,
brag
but-
about it. Hells yeah.
and because if I didn't, you guys would give me a hard time about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Sounds like the
But-
ladies are going to plan their own trip.
I'm sure it
I'm
won't
sad
be.
because that's when I was supposed to be going, but now I'm a broke ass student.
Well, hey, I'm a broke ass student too, but I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
if
but you
I
have
go,
access to student loans.
if I go as course credit, then that's an excuse to like go when I can't really afford to, right?
Do
Mhm.
it.
Basically,
No.
we're sending Liam to scout out the territory before we all go again together
There we
in
go.
a few more years, right?
I hope.
Yeah.
So,
Dreams.
all you guys have to start getting really good at speaking Japanese so you can translate for me.
Hooray! I'm trying
Be
slowly.
excited. Oh, that's really great, Liam.
Thanks,
It's very
Yeah.
exciting.
thanks, weebs.
You'll have to tell us
I
all
wish-
about it when you
I
come
wish
back.
I could be going to Japan with you guys, but I'm sure there'll be
Oh.
another chance to go.
We'll just sneak on the
Eventually.
plane.
One of us just needs to move there. Get your degree, Liam,
Yeah.
and just go teach English, and we can
Didn't-
all just like pile into your small little room. Remember when
we
you're supposed to
plan?
meet your waifu?
Yeah, the rich
Yeah.
one that has a giant house that we can stay in.
A big mansion
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, I'm picturing
With its
it
own
now.
host
A big
club.
weeaboo mansion.
I'm picturing it now. All of you coming over me, opening the door, and be like, "This is waifu-san. Like, welcome to my moderately sized apartment." There are some mats on the floor for you to sleep on. I have to go work now because the work hours are much longer here. Sayonara.
Ouch.
See, it's good that we already have that plan, so it won't be awkward when it happens in real life.
At least you know what you're getting yourself into.
Living the dream. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel there.
Well, until then, all we can do is talk about
I'm
anime.
also just
Yeah.
imagining the episode that comes out, like when I get back from Japan, be like, guys, I brought my waifu. I'm posting a picture of her on the Facebook
Just
page, and it's just a body
the
pillow.
body pillow.
Yeah.
I found a waifu in Japan.
The best would be if you like took it on the plane with you and like had like a
Bought her a
seat next to you.
Bought
Like,
a
this
Bringing
is
my
my
waifu
way.
home to meet my mom for the first time.
Yes. Oh my god.
Before we forget, we should talk about that Kit Kat thing for any of the listeners that might have seen it.
Can the host club be hosted by the Kit Kat boys?
So, I guess I'll say I posted it today, which is the day we're recording. I'll repost it for when it comes out with this episode. It comes out with this episode as well. But found a very, very glorious link to a page that has male anime representations of your favorite Kit Kat bar flavors under 107 calories each. So
Mm-mm.
don't feel bad if you want them all. If you know
They're
what I
super
mean.
cute. They're
You
so
can
cute.
have them all.
Mm-hmm. So far, the winners are Kit Kat Dark and Kit Kat Orange for me.
I still think Kit Kat Mint is pretty up there.
I agree with Becca. I like Kit Kat.
I'm gonna.
Mint.
Am I gonna go with Kit Kat Dark?
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Kit Kat Dark
Mhm.
is pretty much.
I
What did
agree,
you say
yeah.
about the? It's like, oh, Kit
Kit
Kat
Kat
Orange is
Mint, I
only
think.
like 110
He's only
calories.
107 calories.
They don't have to worry about eating him.
That's what I said, yeah.
Oh,
Without quite
boy.
realizing what I was saying. And then I said, since I couldn't decide between Kit Kat Orange and Kit Kat Dark, that why not just have
Have
the
them
two
all.
of them together?
All of them.
And you know, I
Mhm.
still don't regret my choice of words.
I think it's a
No
pretty
regrets.
solid.
I don't
choice
think
of
you should
words.
regret it. It's
No.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we get to the
That is
animes?
Well, anyway, listeners, let us know who your favorite Kit Kat anime male persona is.
Mm-hmm.
The world needs to know which Kit Kat husbando is best husbando.
Actually, we should break the tie. Is it Kit Kat Dark or Kit Kat Mint?
You tell
Who
us.
will be the
I don't
listeners.
favorite?
know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
Mhm. All right. So, do we want to talk about the good anime or the bad anime?
The bad one.
Oh, Veda wants to talk first for once. All right.
Veda
No,
sounds,
no.
Let's do it.
Veda sounds
Do it.
stressed.
I am eager to hear
Not
about
stressed.
You don't need to be that eager. Anyway,
I
all
just want
right.
to get it done.
So, for listeners, last week, Veda made Becca and I watch whatever
Yeah.
the hell that
Quasar.
was.
Seiko no Quasar.
Yeah.
Nipples McGee and the nipply nipples.
Just nipples,
I
nipples,
didn't
nipples.
think
But
it
not in
was
a good
gonna
way.
be that
Like,
bad.
I'm gonna be an awkward 14-year-old boy who just sucks on women's boobs
with
for
a side of
power.
camel. And camel toe.
So
Camel
much
toe.
camel
Right.
toe. Anyways,
that
it was
was-
borderline hentai, so I was like, okay, well, we need to get revenge on Veda. So I picked the OVA Dark Cat, which has a 4.04 on my anime list. The description is, Hyoi and Roi, two brothers with the power to take the form of cats, must unravel the mystery of a creeping, tentacled demon plague before it consumes them and their classmates. Ultimately, they must confront their old Dark Cat master, Joku Kubo, though whether they can put an end to the evil he has released remains a mystery.
There's a
Okay.
reason it has a 4.04 on Mal.
And it's not
I've-
even the reason you think.
And
The
the,
fact that
the
it-
description makes it actually sound interesting.
It's
It's
not.
not.
No.
It's really
But
not.
It opens with two brothers can change into cats. How did
I
they
know.
make that up?
They
I
fucked
know.
it up though, because like
Oh.
I'll get into it later.
Yeah. My initial thoughts were just well, shit, this was not good revenge at all because it was just boring and it's not even like, you know, I wanted Garzey's wing.
Yep.
Like, that's what I wanted, but
Aw.
Garzey's
That's what it
wing was
looked
better
like.
than this. Because at least Garzey's wing was, like, entertaining.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's how I felt initially.
I watched I watched the version on YouTube, which is the dubbed version.
Oh, me too.
And like my first thought was, holy shit, this is a very bad dub. But it's not bad in a fun way, it's just bad in a like
bad,
nobody knew what they were doing kind of way. They were
It's
just
so
like
it's not like everyone's lines overlap each other's like in Garzey's
No.
wing.
It's more
no.
like the voice actors themselves were poor.
They're just incompetent voice
And, like,
actors.
The one main guy was just like super really like crazy monotone. The main girl had like a deep man voice.
You think?
Manly.
Well,
just
I don't
thought
know
her,
if that's
like
the way to
inflection
describe
was
it.
weird.
But her voice was just not something that you hear in dubs, and I don't know. I
It
don't
was
know.
just really awkward and janky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they all kind of talked like they didn't know how to read lines naturally.
They didn't. It was like so scripted and
That's
monotone.
always fun.
So bad, and
So
you
they
could,
weren't, like-
sometimes.
Were they like shouting dramatically a lot?
No, it was more
No.
like monotone.
Oh.
And when the thing is, when they did shout, it was like the most half-assed shouting and grunting you've ever heard. Like they'd be like, ah,
So bad.
ah,
No.
and you're like, oh my god.
That sounds great.
And like, there's
No,
this
it's
one.
not.
No, it's not. Like, it's
Just
not even
imagine, like,
entertaining.
It's so
not-
boring.
It's boring. It's not bad enough to be like Garzey's Wing entertaining, and it's just not good. So you're just like, well, this is shitty. And like the one main male student character, he's supposed to be all
the
like
bored
giving
guy.
attitude, like that bored, like I have attitude to the teacher kind of guy, and he's just like, get away from me. I'm tired.
He's like, I'm depressed and
I don't wanna
have
be here, I
anything
don't wanna
do all
bother."
day, and I know girls ever gonna love me. Hashtag
Mhm.
forever alone. He actually
Good
said
impression.
forever alone at one point.
Yeah, he did. He did. He starts off as this like bored whatever guy, and then you find out that he got turned down by this girl like forever ago, and he's just so butthurt about it. Like his life is
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. See, that's the thing though. They have this whole unrequited love plot, but then like the description's all like boys who can turn into cats and whatever, and you're like, ooh, but that takes up like 5% of the show. The
Yeah, like,
rest of it is
seriously,
this weird
The cats
other
kind
plot.
of show up. Like they don't even really explain that the cats are also
They explain nothing in this show.
like no. Like part of me
Nothing.
wondered, like, because I know it's an OVA, so I don't know. It's probably got like a manga or something to go with it.
Possibly.
So maybe that's why they didn't quite explain like.
That's not really an excuse, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
It's not. So, like, you don't like the first half, you don't really know what's going on. There's just like these characters. There's like, okay, so these two guys who just started attending the school that can like turn into cats. They don't ever tell you what their motive is because they seem like they have like
No.
some like secret purpose for being there, but then
Yeah.
they just never tell you. And then you have
No,
the butthurt, heartbroken male student, and then you have his childhood friend who's a girl who's madly in love with him, but he doesn't notice, and blah blah blah.
Of course.
Annoying.
Of course. And
Yeah.
then the anime turns out to be about how, like... Okay, can we talk about the tentacles right now? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, let's just talk about the tentacles.
Okay.
'Cause that made no sense to
Well,
me.
I'll just finish the quick little plot thing. So basically, the cats end up fighting this, like, tentacle monster. Like, these tentacles that just come out of nowhere. They're, like, taking over the bodies of the students.
But
Yeah.
it's like, is it connected to the main green dude who's like the
So,
bad guy?
Kind of.
Like, I didn't
So basically, my
understand that.
understanding is at the end, basically, you find out that it's the girl who's in love with her childhood friend.
She's the one causing
because it
all
was-
the evil shit.
Yeah, because it's unrequited, her, like, love and, like,
No.
like
all of her
unrequited
emotions
love
manifested
and
as
emotions
this
and
weird
the fact that
shit.
she would die for him, like, just manifested and, like, turn into this, like, essence that
Creature.
this green guy who, like, trained the dark cats, like, made use of and, like, turned it into a monster.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. I don't
Yeah,
know. Anyway, but I would just like it stated at like one of the only entertaining scene in this whole thing was when one of the students, whatever, a teacher calls him into his office or her
Oh, that's
office,
that's
whatever.
the cat guy actually, like the one brown.
Oh, okay, the one cat guy.
Yeah.
This like quote unquote teacher like
Yeah.
calls him into her room.
This is 15 minutes in. I wrote it down because I was
Ah,
like, what the fuck?
yes.
This is 15 minutes in. I have no idea what's going on. All of a sudden,
And-
just bam.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so the dark cat guy basically just caught this teacher like basically abusing the student, like being like
yeah. Like, she kicked her.
Like,
she was, like,
hitting?
kicking her to the ground and being like, pick up the garbage.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so the cat guy was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then the teacher's like, I'll see you in my office.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, she means...
Was that sexy voice or, like, threatening voice?
Sexy
Both.
threatening.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Angry sexy.
Oh, wait. Just
Violent
you
sexy.
wait.
So she, like, calls him into her office, whatever, and one thing leads to another, and next thing you know, she's, like, trying to, like, she, like, takes off her shirt and is, like, climbing on top of him, but, like, she's still got her bra on. It's not it's not sexy.
Yeah,
No.
I hate
And
when my
all of a
shirt just
sudden-
falls off.
All of a
No.
sudden, she opens her mouth,
Oh,
and
no.
it's just a really, really phallic tentacle.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Trying
With, like,
to
weird
wave in the
arms.
guy's face.
It's lovely.
And
It
I
makes this,
see
like,
your...
that was the
great
extent of my
noise.
entertainment.
Yeah. That was probably the most interesting scene. The best part is also the response, because he's, like, about to be, like, he's being assaulted by this teacher, basically, and then the other cat brother comes in and is like, yo, and he, like, I don't know, punches her, he punches the teacher, and she, like,
Yo.
flies backwards. Yeah, I don't know if he said yo or
That's
not.
the
I
best
can't remember.
response.
But anyway, the one brother who is being assaulted just gets up and he's like, thank you, brother, you saved me from quite a romantic encounter.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, was that really the appropriate line for that scene? It was just so
Ugh.
awkward.
So bad.
The dialogue, the writing is horrible in this. It's just, it's not like good bad. Like Garzey's Wing is like, you're like, who the fuck even looked at this and thought it was good? It's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, I can't even. And like, you bring up the tentacle monsters at other times in the OVA, but like, I don't know. After the first time, it's just like, oh yeah, more tentacle monsters are coming out of people's bodies. That's lovely.
And some of them look slightly inappropriate, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
they usually look kind of phallic and gross
Yeah.
and
You know what?
pink
If they-
color.
If they didn't look phallic and gross, I'd be like, these are, like, D-rated tentacles right now.
Well, towards the end, they just look like regular tentacles, so it's a little
Okay,
depressing.
yeah.
But
They just
Yeah.
gave up.
anyway, sorry, I have puppy barking in the house.
Don't
so-
worry.
Or
Okay, I'm sure Dash will
Bork.
start up to join them.
Ow,
But-
bark.
I don't know, like, nothing really happened, and in the end, it was just a whole,
Yeah.
like, the
Thank-
the two childhood friends, like, basically just die to be together or whatever, and then it just it's fucking
But they didn't
over,
even
and-
give them like a legitimate reason. It was just like the main.
It was
guy
a total,
dude,
like, she loved you the monster's like, she loved you the entire time, and the guy's like, you love me? Someone loves me? I guess I love you too. Oh
yeah,
my god.
it was such
Oh,
a cop out,
no.
and it was
Like-
like that was pointless. This whole show was just pointless. Like
so pointless.
and like it just like everything that happened was just like it made no sense because there was nothing really connecting everything that happened. Like
Yeah.
there was no reason for this tentacle monster thing to be here with this weird like this not romantic subplot, and the cat people, I don't know why they were cats. They didn't explain that at all. They just could transform into cats.
Or what their purpose was.
Yeah,
and
other
why,
than
like-
that they were like part of the dark cat people or whatever
And
it was
their
called.
master's like this
Embassy.
green monster who looks like he came out of fucking goblin something or other. I don't know.
It's just straight up weird.
It was bad. But not bad enough. I wanted it to be like, what the hell bad? I wanted Veda
Yeah.
to feel it.
Like,
Yeah.
rage
And
bad?
instead, it was just boring.
It really was. Like, I watched all 50 minutes and I still have no idea what really happened. Like, just...
Ugh.
There was one scene that I laughed at, but not because it was good.
Is it when he says, Dark Cats Unite?
No, although that was pretty good. It was really, like, Power Rangers, like, oh god. I was kind of in and out when I was watching the show, too, because I was like, oh my god, nothing is happening. But there's this one scene where, like, the black-haired brother gets hurt, and the younger, or the brown-haired brother, like, takes him into this forest. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. He takes him into this forest, and he's just like, oh, where am I going? I need to find somewhere to go. And then he just looks up, and there's just, like, this really, like, perturbed-looking white Persian cat sitting in a tree.
Mhm.
And it just looks at them, and he's like, whoa, what are you? And it's like, oh, come this way. You need to save your brother. And it just, like, floats off the branch and,
No,
like,
what was
towards
worse
this
was
tree.
this white cat, like, appears. So the brother who's not injured is like, I need your help. You must save my brother. And then the cat's like, your brother's injured. He needs my help. And it's like, No?
Yeah.
Shit!
They
Like,
did
that's
that a
so-
lot.
Like, that's like what he just said. Oh.
But yeah, and then they take him to some magical tree, and then he like puts him in front of the tree, and their brother just slowly sinks into the tree, and then there's this whole weird scene.
It's
where,
like
a bunch of
4-minute
roots-
montage.
Do you
Yeah,
think
a bunch of
Avatar-
like roots come out and like wrap around him and like heal his wound, but you're like, this is so needlessly long. Like it goes on for forever.
The reason
Do you
that
think-
Veda is forgetting that it's needlessly long is because it's just like 4-minute shots of them like panning up and down his like naked body, but stopping every
why?
time before they hit,
Do you think Avatar ripped that scene off?
No.
The tree
Oh.
scene? No,
Yeah.
no.
They
not at
totally
all.
have
It's
a
not-
free relifing scene in Avatar.
It's nothing like that.
No.
So they're panning up and down like they're going to show you something, but then they're like, just kidding, here's his feet again.
Yeah, like 5
No,
times.
because they did like
or his
they
head.
pan down past his crotch, but there's just like that anime shading.
Yeah, they do it once.
Yeah.
He's got the
Yeah.
Ken doll thing going on.
Yeah, he's
Well.
got no dick.
At least they didn't force you to look at his tentacle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh.
true. That would have.
Oh.
Nipple suckers and penis tentacles. Got a good 2
Yeah.
2 weeks running here.
Yeah.
There's something you need to
Sure
tell us.
is.
Ugh. One thing I noticed though is like half the time when they were like attacking the creatures and stuff, there was no sound effects. Which
Yeah.
doesn't sound weird until you hear it, and you're just
Yeah.
like, he sliced that guy in half, and there was no sound. Just him going, ha, as he like sliced him in half, and you're just like, what am I watching?
The production value was just so low. Like, and it's
Yes.
honestly, the animation, like, for its time was like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great, like, whatever.
The animation
Yeah.
on the tentacles was pretty good.
Mm. It was just how everything else was put together. It was just so poor.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything. Like
yeah.
even like you can really tell like the audio I said is just like not aside from the quality of the voice actors, like the quality of the actual audio is really janky as well.
Do you think when they were allotting their budget, they were like, so the really important part is the tentacles?
Potentially.
Audio? We'll worry about
I'm
audio
sorry,
later.
but I feel like even on a low budget, you can find better voice actors.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
Well, I mean, but when
People
anyone's
who would love
pennies
the
going to
exposure.
tentacles.
Actually, the funny thing, the I watched a video on YouTube, and it like the description, as I don't know if it's true or not, but the person in the description said that they were actually in the anime. They were like, "Hey, I was like at the dubbing studio when they did this back in like 2003 or whatever."
oh,
I
saw
played-
that, yeah.
The really bored sounding kid, and I was like, "Oh dear God."
What?
He was like,
Maybe
the
they
worst
literally just
kid.
grabbed whoever they had and was like, "Hey guys, let's
He
do
was like
this."
a last minute, like, because
Yeah.
I think they needed him like last minute. That's what the description said.
Oh God.
Can we
And I'm just
message
like,
that person and ask if they would like to be on the podcast? Can we talk to them about it?
You could.
We
if
could.
you really wanted to.
I
Oh,
don't see how
boy.
this is a bad idea. Unless
Do
they're
it.
a liar, then we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts, Veda? Anything else you really need to say?
Not really. I pretty much covered everything. It's just
Yeah.
overall, it's boring. It's just
Mhm.
50 wasted minutes of your time.
I actually said that after to myself. I'm like, I can't believe I just used 50 minutes of my life on that anime.
Right? I was just like, there's no way I can even recommend it to people on the basis
No.
that it's so bad it's entertaining. Because it's like, there's better, bad, but good entertaining
Go and
stuff
watch
to watch.
Garzey's Wing if
Yeah,
you want
exactly.
like bad good. Like if you want some laughs. Dark Cat's just boring.
Just,
Yes.
just
Just
skip
don't do
it.
Enlighten
Unless-
yourself
yeah.
in the Church of Garzey's Wing.
Yeah,
You will see the light.
Maybe
You'll
maybe
be
watch
a
Dark
changed
Cat.
being.
Maybe watch Dark Cat if you're trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
That'll
Ooh,
help you.
Seriously.
It'll lull you to sleep with its horrible voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Pretty much.
horrible voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
that's really unfortunate. I was looking forward to hearing Veda rant.
I know. Me too.
Sorry.
We'll get her
Hey
one
guys,
day.
if you make her watch the bad one again, maybe we can get her this time.
Oh God, what did you pick?
The other worst rated thing on Mal.
I like how this is
Oh,
slowly
no.
becoming make Veda watch shit.
Is this all because of Seikon no Quasar? Is there some like
Yes!
big thing going on?
If Dark Cat had ended up being as bad as I had hoped, you'd be off the hook. So
Oh, well,
this last
damn
week,
it.
Veda, I promise, if you watch the bad one, it'll be the last time I harass you for a long while.
I can or cannot confirm that the Illuminati has a hit on you, so...
Well...
Brace yourself.
Whatever for.
You know what you did.
I have no idea.
Alright, guys.
Yes?
Good anime. I want to know about Baccano.
Way to give it away.
Oh, I thought you mentioned it already.
Baccano.
No, I didn't, Veda.
Well, it'll be in the title at the beginning of the episode, so everybody's gonna know anyway.
If you're surprised by our good anime, thanks for ignoring the nicely written descriptions. Good job. Yay. And titles.
So secretly, Becca means screw you guys for not reading my lovely descriptions.
Hey, I take at least 30 seconds to plan out what I'm going to write every week.
Hey, they're great. I love them.
Well, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Tell me what
the
I
good
watched.
anime is Baccano. There was clearly no theme to this week. It was called I Forgot I Was Picking last time and said, what can I do?
What can I do to fuck Veda over?
Yeah, basically. What do I know is good and no one's seen? Anyway, Baccano's pretty popular. Like, it's a really well-known anime for the most part in the anime community. So I was actually kind of surprised none of us really have seen it. But
one of us may have never heard of it before, or like only briefly. Becca.
Same.
All right. So Baccano. During the early 1930s in Chicago, the transcontinental train, the Flying Pussyfoot, is starting its legendary journey that will leave a trail of blood all over the country. At the same time in New York, the ambitious scientist Sillard and his unwilling aide Ennis are looking for missing bottles of the immortality elixir. In addition, a war between the mafia groups is getting worse, and on board the Advina Avis in 1711, alchemists are about to learn the price of immortality. Yeah. Merging these events together are the kind-hearted would-be thieves Isaac and Maria, connecting various people, all of them with their own hidden ambitions and agendas, and creating lifelong bonds and consequences for everyone involved. It's got an 8.54 on Mal, and Becca and Liam watched it.
Yes, we did. Liam, do you want to start us off?
Yes. Sorry, I'm just like trying to grab names of specific characters here because there's a lot of them.
Why not just take my lead and call them Zippity Doo and that guy in the hat?
I just need to remember two of the names. Well, my initial impressions of the show were a little skewed because I knew that the show was going to be really good because I had heard about it a few times, and yeah. I was expecting the first episode to be a little like weird and all over the place because I'd watched a video by Digibro, of course, where he was kind of talking about the first episode of Steins Gate and how it's kind of like hard to follow and stuff because it's mostly like giving lots of clues to later episodes, and he also mentions the first episode of Baccano, so I was kind of like knew that going into it, and yeah, the first episode does kind of jump all over the place, and like it introduces you to a lot of characters at a lot of points in this story that I don't know a lot about. So it's like it's non-linear is the word I'm looking for. So I was expecting to be a little confused, and it was a little confusing. It wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say it's as bad as Steins Gate, but it's not a time travel show, so. And yeah, the animation was pretty good. Soundtrack was pretty cool. It was cool to see an anime set in like 1930s America. And I watched the first episode in Japanese, and then I watched the last two in English because this is one of those ones that's got all the all-star Funimation crew in it. And yeah. This one was mentioned a couple times at Odafest this year too, because J. Michael Tatum was there. He's in this one, so. What were your thoughts, Becca?
So I'm the person that I want to say maybe I've heard of Baccano once before this podcast. I don't know how I've missed it, besides by, like, just putting on my blinders and, like, not paying attention to anything. The first episode was definitely a little bit confusing, but we were kind of given forewarning about that last week. I feel like there's a lot of similarities in this show to other animes that I've enjoyed, but I just wasn't in the mood for it, but I want to be in the mood for it. That's my initial thoughts.
How did you feel about the next two episodes?
I didn't mind them. I feel like part of my problem, I watched all 3 episodes dubbed, so that was probably my first fucking problem, because I didn't have a reason to pay attention. So I kind of found my mind wandering a little bit, and I felt like it feels like the whole first 3 episodes are building up to some sort of reveal, and when that reveal happens, I will understand more things about everything that's going on, but we haven't gotten to that point yet in the first 3 episodes. But, like, the show reminds me so much of Steins Gate and, like, Cowboy Bebop, and it just... a little bit of, like, even Full Metal Alchemist, where they don't give you everything up front, and I'm okay with that, usually. I just wasn't... and I really wanted to be into this show, because the setting and, like, the storyline is really interesting. I just wasn't into it today. And it was weird, but we can talk about it some more.
That just sounded so sad. You're so depressed about it.
Typical Becca.
Yeah.
Doesn't like mecha, doesn't like Prohibition era anime.
Doesn't like anything, really. No, well, that's the thing where I'm like, I can see why, like, even in the first 3 episodes, I can see why people like this show. It has those similarities to, like I said, Cowboy Bebop was the first one, because their opening song sounds a lot like Tank from Cowboy Bebop, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I take the opening for this a bit in a different way, because, like, it's in an era where, like, you know, jazz is the popular music.
Yeah. It just, when I was listening to the music, at least the first, like, 10 seconds or so, I was like, that sounds almost like the same progression as Tank, if that makes sense. I don't know fuck all about music. It just sounds similar. It sounded similar to me, but that might just be because it's that similar jazz soundtrack.
It sounded similar to Tank in the sense that it was like jazz, like swing, like that style of jazz, but that was about it for me.
Yeah.
The intro was pretty decent for this one. It wasn't like mind blown or anything.
No, I didn't. I actually found I was pretty indifferent to the intro, because it just felt like it kind of reminded me of like a sitcom opening where they're throwing everybody's names at you so you can see who the actors are.
I appreciated everyone's names, because it's hard to remember them all.
There's a lot of people in this anime, and I think that's part of the reason why I just like didn't even bother getting into it right away, because I was like, that's a lot of people to pay attention to and to know what everyone's up to, and I just don't wanna today. But
they did the same thing with the names. Like, I think the same studios worked on Baccano as and Durarara.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that one. They also did the name thing with the intro. You don't see it that often with anime, but I think it's just like their kind of thing.
Yeah, it just
those shows.
It reminded me a little bit of like 90s sitcoms.
Yeah, I could see that.
So it seemed weird to me that was how they opted to do it. But I can see how I agree. Seeing the names is helpful when there's so many people.
Going back to the storyline a bit for the second and third episodes, it does still jump around a little bit, just not to like the same extent as the first episode. Like it's toned down to the point where you can follow it. Like they spend more time with each characters, and by the end of the third episode, it's not like super clear, but it's still like, okay, so all these different characters we've been shown, some of their like paths are starting to cross. And a lot of it hinges around, like, some scientist guy has developed a formula for immortality, and some people already have the immortality, because you see them get, like, shot up by guns, but then, like, or, like, one guy, he gets 2 of his fingers cut off, but then, like, after a couple seconds, his fingers and blood, like, gets sucked back onto his body, and he just heals.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, too.
Especially because there's the bullet scene.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool, I thought. Although I also got really preoccupied with like all the dirt that was caught in the blood. Anyway, I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, so that immortality plotline was pretty cool, and like there's some well animated fights, good voice acting. My 2 favorite characters are definitely Isaac and Maria. They were like the 2 that were like mining gold for like 9 months unsuccessfully at the beginning, but they're both like so happy-go-lucky and goofy. They're just like really funny to watch and listen to.
Well, they're the 2 that go to rob the train, aren't they? That like halfway through the robbery, they're like, "Isn't this our escape plan?" Well,
yeah, they rob a mafia-controlled bank or something, and then they're gonna use the train as the getaway, and then they're like on the train eating a bunch of food, and then
was
he's
good,
like,
yeah.
Isaac's like, all right, now we're gonna rob this train. And she's like, but wasn't the train our escape? And then the train ends up being like heisted by someone else, and then they're like held hostage, and like, oh, this isn't working out. Of course, Isaac is voiced by J. Michael Tatum, so...
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
This is like... I feel like Leah would really like this show, just for all the voice actors, because the English cast has all of your favorites.
Oh,
I think it has like everyone's favorites, just because there's so many. Or like, well, pretty much...
Because Brotherhood.
All of Brotherhood is on this show, basically.
Funimation has like their 5 voice actors, and they just put them in.
I was gonna say that, I'm like, Brotherhood pretty much is Funimation, so I mean...
Yep.
But there's a couple... Sorry, go ahead.
I actually have watched a couple episodes of Baccano, but it was a couple years ago. And I do remember really liking it, and I still intend to watch it. I do remember being slightly, not bored, but it is more of a slow start, kind of like Steins Gate. But I mean, and you guys don't know how long it took me to watch freaking Steins Gate, but when I did, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I still was bored like 8 episodes into it. And then it got fucking amazing. So now I'm seasoned, and I feel like I can watch Baccano.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be like Steins Gate, where it's like exponential growth and enjoyment.
Yeah.
That's definitely the feeling I got as well. I was gonna say, in regards to the voice actors, backtracking for a minute, the guy who did the voice for, I don't remember the guy's name, but he has the tattoo on the one half of his face, or like the markings.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but...
You're talking about in Full Metal?
No, I'm talking about in Baccano. His voice annoyed the shit out of me, because he's just super whiny and always like, what do you mean it went wrong? But whiny too, so...
You know who it is?
Yeah, his was a little annoying, actually.
Yeah.
What's that kid?
Splot.
Is it Splot?
What?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah, he just...
What?
It was just his voice, and like, everybody here is doing like...
Jacuzzi Splot.
Everyone's doing like old-timey Chicago, New York accents, which is fine, except some people are better than others.
Yeah, that's true.
So, it's interesting.
He's voiced by Joel McDonald, who is known for Evangelion.
Ooh, Shinji?
And hold on.
No, it's not Shinji.
Let's see.
I would have
recognized. I can tell you in like 2 seconds.
I should know who did Shinji. Well, so one of the other, I think it was Isaac, one of the other 2 more main characters, I honestly thought he was a guy who had done voice acting for like Warner Brothers at first, and then it turned out to be not J. Michael Tatum, the other one that Leah loves.
Vic Managna? Or I can never say his last name.
I'll find him. I really should know.
Thank you.
Names,
I don't know why I can't. I literally cannot say his last name. I just can't.
It's okay.
I never can. I don't know why.
Who's
I know what it is.
Todd Haberkorn.
Vic
Mignogna. That's the one.
Oh, Todd Haberkorn is also at...
Mignogna. There we go.
Yeah, Mignogna. Like a filet mignon.
Yeah, okay. I'll see, now I'll remember it.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to...
Actually, looks like he did a lot more directing. He was in... Black Butler, Chaos Head, D. Gray Man, Date Alive, Dead Man Wonderland, Divine Gate, that bad one we watched.
Oh, Divine Gate.
Eden of the East, I don't know who he was in there. Evangelion, You're Not Alone, the movie. Who was he?
Oh, is this Annoying Voice Kid?
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
So you're not fucking helpful.
It's not that important. Just, you'll know him when you hear him, or you won't. He's just, his voice is very nasally, whiny.
He was in Arslan Senki, one you guys also just watched. I don't know if you watched any of that in English.
Japanese version.
I watched some in English.
Anyway, you're gonna say something, Liam?
Subs.
I was just say the part when Isaac and Maria are like attempting to mine gold for 9 months.
Yeah.
Like and then they're having that conversation about like going to New York to see a friend of theirs, and just like I found there's like a lot of really nice quirky animation in that part. Even just like a part where he's talking with her and she's sitting on a hammock, and then she like flips backwards over the hammock and just like ends up sitting next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just like lots of... I find like most of the scenes involving them I was enjoying the most and like paying attention 100%.
Well, and I think it's because like they felt tonally different from the rest of the show.
Yeah,
But
I guess like that's their place.
Yeah, and like they were definitely the ones that caught my attention most of the time because they were the ones that were having fun. Everyone else seems like they're busy plotting to rob the train or plotting to stop the robbing of the train or planning to kill people. There's that one dude that's got his girlfriend that just wants to kill everybody.
Oh yeah,
He was fucking weird.
that was
Can
weird.
I cut in for a moment? It'll be the last thing I'd say about this voice actor.
Sure.
But apparently, he's going to be Peachit on Yuri on Ice.
Really?
Huh.
Mhm.
That'll probably
Mm.
work.
He probably
actually.
is pitch it already.
Well, or
because
is
they
already, I
have
guess.
the,
Yeah, they already
the
have a
dub,
few.
like half out.
Yeah.
He'll probably work
Anyway.
out.
I promise I'll stop.
Yeah.
Done.
We're all good. It's all good. He'll
Yeah,
work well
is
for
there
that
anything
voice.
else we need to say about this?
I just feel so bad
Before
I
we get
wasn't in the mood for it. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch more of it, but
yeah.
you know, I gotta catch up on Keijo first. Priorities, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think I need to hear. I want to sit down and finish the show. I'm not sure when I'll get around to it because the initial start has been so rough.
Hey,
But
it's only 13 episodes.
Well, and it's definitely the same feeling as Steins Gate, where like I started once and I was like, I don't want to do this right now. And then 3 months later, when everyone was like, for fuck's sakes, go watch Steins Gate, I finally did. And like Leah, I was like, that was so good, I loved it. And I
Yeah, but for the first half of it, you're also like, holy shit, please.
please start making sense at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, not so much making sense, just entertain me, please.
Oh, I was kind of entertained once I think I got up to like the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was pretty into Steins Gate, but
Yeah.
and that's this with this one too. Like I said, I feel like I just need one more episode for this entire like whatever happens on the train to happen, which probably draws out for another 3 or 4 episodes. But I need to know how that ends to figure out what the fuck is going on, and then it'll be okay. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah,
Liam?
it's
Sounds good.
yeah, definitely like met most of the hype that I got.
Mhm.
It was like interesting watching an anime that was kind of in a setting that I hadn't seen in an anime before, in like Prohibition era America. I
Yeah.
appreciated that. Yeah, it's
Kind of a different setting.
I've officially added it to the list, and as I've said before, there's lots of stuff on the list. Right now, the top is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, Keijo, and then Space Patrol Lulaco, but those are like 5-minute episodes, so
Yeah.
that can be finished up pretty quick. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's fair.
Cool.
You can always check out our full lists on my anime list. We're on there.
Where
Links
we
in the
are.
description.
I hope they realize how much free advertising we give them.
Yeah,
Along
we
with
No,
some of the
probably
smack
not.
we talk
I,
about them.
What I was actually thinking about that. We give them so much free advertising.
Yeah.
My
the
anime
best.
list, sponsor us.
Give us money.
So
Or just like
before
this on the head.
before we move on to the marble draw, I need to bring
Yeah.
up some other big news. That
Oh.
Code
Dun,
Geass
dun.
Season 3 is announced.
Yeah.
Lelouch of the Resurrection.
I know. I don't know how to feel about it.
excited.
I'm pretty
Like-
hyped.
I'm excited,
I'm
but at the same time, like,
conflicted.
I feel like
I guess, yeah.
the ending,
The
of
ending
season
was
2 is
so
so good.
good.
The ending
because you
is
really
really
had
good.
to think about it, like, in a good way, and I liked that.
That was like
Like, I
one of
kinda
my
liked-
all-time favorite
Yeah.
anime endings. Honestly,
Like, it was a really
Yeah.
strong
it's just
ending.
so satisfying. Like you're just like,
Mhm.
oh, everything just kind of like comes together all at once. You're just like, yes.
But
Yes.
then, at the
This is
same
what I
time, it
want.
doesn't. Like, I have to, like, research the ending a little bit to, like,
Well-
really fully appreciate it. Like,
I guess my thought is that if the ending was just the ending without the after credits scene, I wouldn't want a third season, but because they do have that after credits scene, like, then that like kind of makes the third season okay for me.
That's
but
yeah,
at the
I
same
could
time,
see
it's
that.
that after credits season that made me so happy with the ending.
I would see I would have preferred if when I knew that there wasn't a third season, I almost like didn't want that after credits scene there. When it happened, I'm like, oh, it would
Well,
have
you're
been
talking
like
about
so
when C2's in the wagon or whatever, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been
Mhm.
so happy.
Boys,
like,
spoilers.
Sorry.
It's not a
honestly,
spoiler.
It's not, because I couldn't even right now describe to you the ending. Like, you have to see it. You have to have watched the whole thing. Like,
let's be honest, it's probably going to take me at least a year to actually get there. So,
but I'm still excited for the third season because I mean, if they can make it as good as the last two, then awesome. Because I loved that show. So.
Yeah, I think, and they're gonna release like 2 movies. It'll be like recaps of the first 2 seasons.
Oh, really?
Like,
because I know they released like the OVA or the other movies, the Akito the Exiled, those ones.
I haven't seen those.
So I've only seen the first 2.
Are they doing the 2 movies kind of like how they're doing the new the rebuild of Evangelion?
No, I think it's just gonna be like
the
it's like
Madoka
what they
ones?
do with the Madoka Magica movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where it's
That
just
could be
like
alright,
for people who haven't seen the show or people who like want a quick recap of it
Yeah.
without having to watch the whole show, like basically the plot of the 2 seasons without filler.
I could be down with that because the filler is the stuff that kind of like killed it for me. Where I'm like, I just want to know what's happening with this whole revolution. I don't care about high school, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there was some okay
fair.
filler, some weak filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Code Geass Season 3. I couldn't not bring that up.
No, good, because I remember I posted to the page not long ago that it was being discussed.
No,
I didn't realize.
I think there was an article that was like confirmed.
Oh, was it? I don't know. I'm really bad sometimes I post articles and don't really read them.
Me and my friend who wrote that Shonen Ai manga were trying to figure out, like, at Otafest next year, we were trying to bet what would have more cosplay. Would it be Yuri on Ice or Attack on Titan? Because Attack on Titan's been like the biggest cosplay thing most of the time.
And people already have costumes.
And the new season will be coming
this year,
out.
the second season of it's finally coming out in 2017. But also Yuri on Ice is so big, so it's probably going to be
still say Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how many people are going to feel confident dressing up in figure skating gear. But
I think
hey,
they don't even have to do that. It might be easier for Yuri on Ice because you can just wear the tracksuits and be like, I'm a skater.
Yeah, that's what.
But if one of you's blonde, then
if you dress up as a figure skater, though, you get to wear a super frilly, sparkly shirt. And who doesn't love frilly, sparkly shirts?
Who doesn't love sparkles?
I know a figure skater. The first chance he got to show off his costumes, he was like, "Fucking look at my costumes!
Look at the ruffles!"
It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2017 is gonna be a good year for anime. We got the Code Geass Season 3, the Attack on Titan Season 2, and apparently No Game No Life Season 2 as well.
Damn.
Which I just
now
finished.
only they can come up with a Season 2 of Ray Zero and fix their shit a little bit. Ugh.
I just finished No Game No Life, by the way, listeners. Check it out, it was worth it. And Season 2 is definitely something I'm okay with. So I can't confirm whether that's actually happening or not. It's just something I read.
I find it curious that so many more animes are getting like second seasons these days. It feels like it didn't happen for the longest time.
Yeah,
it's
like,
nice though, especially because there's so many 12 episode animes now, and I almost feel like it went through like a stage. It went from like 12 is normal, and then all of a sudden you had shows that were all 24 episodes, and then you went back down to 12, and now we're starting to go back up again.
Yeah.
I like longer ones, like if they're good.
Yeah.
Like 12's not enough, man, if it's good.
Yeah, like Kisniver 12 wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't.
And that's what's unfortunate too, is some of these animes only get 12 episodes. Like that's it, you know what I mean? And whether it's their call or not, and then they can't develop the story the way they want it.
Yeah.
Cabaneri.
Sometimes all they need is 12, though. Like, I mean, I think Madoka.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madoka was good.
Yeah,
a good
Madoka
12.
And
Cabaneri.
Okay, I need to watch that
Iron
anime.
Fortress.
Yes, you do.
Cabaneri?
Yeah.
Cabaneri, the Iron Fortress. 12 wasn't enough either.
Yeah. But is it getting a second season? I don't remember.
I don't know. I was also going to say, I'm pretty sure One Punch Man is getting season 2 in 2017.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big year, weebs.
Like the year of sequels.
Fucking
and
brace.
reboots.
Ooh, sequels were like 2 seasons behind the movies in the world.
Yeah. I did hear a rumor forever ago that Ouran High School Host Club was getting another season.
I thought I heard that too, and I was like, please
Yeah.
give it to me.
I don't know when, and I don't know if there's any truth in that rumor, but it might happen.
We can imagine.
It's been so long, so I don't know what it's gonna be like if they do make a second season. Like, everything's gonna be so different.
Well, and I think that where they ended up finishing the anime, the manga was still being written.
Yeah, it was.
So if the manga's done now, I guess they could come back and do like an Attack on Titan, fucking finish her up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excitement.
Cool.
Alright, guys, let's do the marble draw.
Oh, yeah.
I am prepared
marbles.
that if Veda does not watch the bad anime, I do have another good one. And I'll save the bad one. I mean, we'll still watch the bad one no matter what.
We'll watch it eventually. Sorry, I just need to find where I shoved the marbles.
Oh no, I mean the bad one's staying, whether Veda's the one watching it or not, because I ain't got nothing else found.
I don't like hearing that.
So
I lost the marbles on the couch, so there's no marble. I know I found them online.
Oh, good. They're back.
Yeah, we're okay. Alright. Who would like to go first? I got your marble already in my hand.
Alright, well, reminder for listeners, if there are
Veda?
any new ones, I guess,
Oh, yeah,
is that whoever picks, there's white marbles in, one red marble, and whoever gets the red marble has to watch the bad anime, but gets to pick who goes down with them.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going first?
I think I heard Veda go me.
I said
Did I hear
me.
that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Veda gets the red marble. I started doing this.
No.
I found last week it worked really well if I draw the marble and then ask who would like to go. So, congratulations, Veda.
Oh,
Fuck.
good. Oh, God.
Good, she says.
Part of me just wants to take Leah again.
Do it, because this is their chance to watch Yona of the Dawn.
Yes, okay. I'm taking Leah with me because then you guys can watch Yona. There.
What if I don't want to watch Yoda?
Well,
Too
too
bad.
bad.
Suck it up.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Tell me
I'll
about
that I'll
Yona.
punch you.
Okay, so everyone over the series of this podcast has heard me talk about Yona of the Dawn. And at this point, Becca and Liam are going to watch it and you're going to be like, it really wasn't that great. But you know what? You guys can just be quiet now. I love
Liam's
it.
so
you know me, I'm an
excited.
option.
Yeah.
It's all
Well,
good.
especially Liam, this is shoujo. This is like fantasy shoujo.
Shoujo
Like, that's
fantasy.
just what
Fantasy
it
is probably enough for me.
with pretty anime men, Becca. So,
Excited.
Anyway, okay.
It's good.
It's actually is good. It's got an 8.24
I promise.
on Mal.
Yeah, I feel like you're talking it down.
No, I love it. It's great. I gave
Okay.
it 9. I gave it great. It's
All right.
I love it.
I just feel like you're bracing us. You're like, everyone's heard me talk about it, and it's probably
Well,
not
I
that
always
great,
get
but
worried
think
when I
it's
amp
great.
things up that it's going to be like not
Yeah.
up to
Yeah.
people's standards.
I understand
But
that.
It's our
anyway,
problem, not yours.
Description.
Okay. Princess Yona lives a life of luxury and ease, completely sheltered from the problems of the seemingly peaceful kingdom of Koka. However, the sudden murder of the king and betrayal of her beloved cousin, Suwon, basically Suwon killed the king, places Yona's life in mortal peril.
Whoa.
Forced to escape only with Son Hak, who is her childhood friend and bodyguard, the naive princess soon discovers that Koka is not the idyllic place she envisioned it to be. Poverty, strife, and corruption run rampant, making reclaiming the throne nothing more than a wishful fantasy given the kingdom's current state. With only a mysterious legend to guide her, Yona must discover a way to restore Koka to its former glory while being pursued relentlessly by the forces of the new king of Koka.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, the description reminds me a little bit of Nausicaa of the Valley, and I don't know why. Besides princess, maybe. Princess.
I don't know.
Anyway, what's the bad one?
The bad one, okay, I would like it stated, I'm really sad. I wanted us to watch Mars of Destruction, and then I realized it was only 20 minutes long.
Oh.
So we can't. But we're going to watch another one that looks equally... Well, not equally, but still
Really
pretty terrible. It's got 3.32
Ah.
on my
boy.
anime list.
Nice.
And it's called Soju Senshi Psychic Wars.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
How do you spell
Akioretsu, a
that?
surgeon, treats a mysterious old woman for a mysterious cancer. The growth turns out to be a messenger from the ancient past of Japan, heralding a demonic invasion of Earth. Ukyo must go back in time to fight the race of ancient demons.
Of course she does.
He does, I believe. Well, actually, I
Of
don't know.
course he does.
It's kind of unclear. There's a very muscular man and a woman on the front cover. This is from 1991.
Oh
My
dear.
stipulations are we must watch the dub.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
What
Nice.
What is it? Do you want to send me a link to that
I
after?
will. I will send them.
Does it look bad?
Well, I don't know. It just
I
kind of
don't
looks like
know.
a typically old anime. But I think what was someone's one review here quickly? Let's see.
But like Dark Cat, like the cover looked bad. That's why I wonder.
See, this one I'm curious because it's got a couple like 10s.
Yeah, but so did like
Weird,
009-1.
I guess so.
And that show was not. No, it's not a 10.
Someone says, "This is without a doubt the worst anime I've ever seen. Please never watch this. It will suck your soul away." Sad
Warning
face.
has been heard and will not be heeded.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So we'll see.
Whee!
Yep.
So that's it for tonight.
Do you get anything
That'll
else
be
to talk about?
something.
I feel like it's kind of a short episode this evening.
It wasn't that short.
No, we
Anyway.
chatted a bit.
Yeah, no,
Put a
fair
social
enough.
media plug in, it'll be even longer.
Oh yeah, do you want me to do it, or does somebody else want to do it?
You're so good at it, Becca.
I'll
Just
do
go
it.
for it.
Alright, check us out on Facebook, or iTunes, or Podbean. I almost said Podbean, or iBean, and
Podtunes.
two pods. Fuck. We're also on My Anime List. Our links are in the description on Podbean. I don't know if they work on iTunes. I'm sorry.
Mash that button.
Yeah, just fucking go. Give us some likes. Give us some
Tell
likes.
us who your favorite Kit Kat anime man is.
Yeah.
Please check it out and help us break the tie. Is it mint or dark chocolate?
Or whatever your favorite
Yeah.
husbando is.
Yeah, I'm more than happy for some more men to enter this race.
Whose Kit Kat do you want to break?
Oh my god. Please don't break anyone's Kit Kat.
Kit Kat.
I'm just really distracted now. Yeah, we did the social media.
Yeah, that's good. We're done.
I think we're
Good night.
done. Alright, awesome.
Good night, listeners.
Good
I love
night.
you.